her, even though I've spoken to so many women in the past 16 years, she randomly texted me about a couple months ago saying, how do you feel about public speaking? And I was in the middle of a spray tan, right in the middle, and I picked up my phone, and I was like, and I've waited my whole life for it. And she was like, eek, I'm so excited. So Lacey made this possible, and she did such an amazing job. So my name's Melissa Townsend. I have been spray tanning for the past 16 years. I have made it known that I love uplifting women. I love making them feel comfortable, making them feel better about themselves. And it's been my passion for so long. But I'm actually not here to talk about spray tanning, and I'm not here to talk about my business. I'm here to talk about you. I'm here to empower you. How many people out here have dealt with anxiety? Raise your hands. How many people have had depression? So quite a few. You would not guess that I actually lived with depression, anxiety since I was a very young girl. It started very, very young, probably about first grade. And it actually can tear somebody apart. It can ruin your days. You have your heart pumping, you don't know what to do, you're worrying. If you can relate, you know the feeling. You know what it feels like, and it can just mess up your entire day. And then depression. Let's talk about depression. If you've suffered depression, that you understand that you can't get out of bed. You don't want to do anything. You literally lay there thinking, I don't want to go out. I don't want to go out with my friends. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. It's so hard on someone to deal with depression. I fell in depression so much throughout my childhood, teen years, up until I was 33, which I'll be 35 in February. So it's really, really hard. But I will tell you guys, I no longer deal with anxiety or depression. It actually stopped last year. And let me tell you why. If you knew what anxiety and depression was, you actually can control it. You really can control it. I had no idea what depression was. I had no idea what anxiety was until last year when COVID hit. And I have spent my whole life really spray tanning every single day. I've never missed an event for 16 years. And I remember the second week that I was shut down, I had 300 cancellations on my phone. And that was actually the rest of my year. I went back into depression. My anxiety hit. It hit me for the last time. I went into a dark stage of, I didn't know what was going to happen. I thought I was going to lose my salon. I mean, nobody was getting a hold of me. It was like, this is my livelihood. So I went down. I got angry. I got depressed. It's like all these emotions built up from being a young child, and it all came out at once. And we know what this feels like, right? You have all these emotions that built up, and you don't know when they're gonna happen. You have these triggers all the time. People trigger you here, people trigger you here. But if you realize that these emotions that are popping up are just triggers, it's these emotions that you've been holding on your whole life. You don't even realize it because you think it's the other person that is making you feel that way, but it's just emotion. It's an emotion that you're actually building inside from what you haven't felt your entire life. So how do we get rid of these triggers? How do we get rid of these emotions? It's time to feel. The only way that you can heal yourself is by feeling these emotions. It's the only way it does. You cannot do anything else to heal. You have to feel those emotions. So actually, how I understood about this is every emotion hit me all at once. I raged, I got emotional, I yelled at my kids, I got mad at my husband, he was mad at me about money, no money coming in, and I'm like, what do I do? I didn't know what to do. It's something I was not used to. So what do I surrendered. I surrendered to my anxiety, I surrendered to my depression, and I said, you know what, take me. I'm done. I can't do this anymore. So I felt all my emotions, and it was like, wow. What if I would have known as a young girl that if I would have felt my emotions, that it would have healed them? What if we would know that with anxiety, that if we weren't so worried about our future and trying to predict our future, that we wouldn't have to worry. We're putting worries out there and we're getting anxiety. What depression is your past. You are literally living in your past every single day when you get sad, when you get upset. Can you guys hear me okay? Mm-hmm. Hold on, it's falling. I'm gonna scoot up. Okay, so when you're reliving your, guys, I don't know how to do this.
You're good.
Okay, so when you're reliving your past every single day, you're waking up and you're thinking in your past, you're feeling in your past, which means you're feeling the familiar emotions of the past. You have no idea you're doing this. I had no idea I was doing it. When I became aware of this, you'll have no idea what happened to me. I was mind blown. I was like, why am I living in my past? Why am I holding on to my past? Why are all of us holding on to our past? It is not us anymore. We just need to say goodbye to it. Why do we worry about our future? We don't even know what's gonna happen. You know, when you start imagining your future, you imagine someone, you will become that person. So why would you want to put worries out into the universe? Why would you put worries out? So I was like, oh my gosh, I don't want to worry anymore. I'm gonna have faith. I am going to give all my worries to God and say, I'm done. You have it. You can have it. I'm not going to worry anymore. I worried about clientele. I worried about my family. I worried about my kids. I worried about my husband. I worried about our marriage wasn't going to work. I was so concentrated that I wasn't even good enough for my husband for 16 years that I actually manifested that. I literally woke up every single day worried that we weren't going to work, and I attracted that. Does anybody know what law of attraction is? Anybody? Raise your hands. I want to know because I'm very curious. It means that what you put out, you get back. You reap what you sow. You know what that is. You've heard it a lot. So your energy is everything. Everything around us is energy. I'm energy. We are all energy. You just have to change your vibration to attract what you want. So when you're thinking in the past and you're feeling in the past, guess what's going to happen? You are going to attract everything to make you feel like you're feeling inside. So then you're reliving your past every single day. So how do we change it? We think different. We think more positive. You gotta be more positive. You know, I used to get so annoyed by people. Oh my God, why are they so positive? Why are they so positive? You walk into somewhere and you're feeling so miserable inside, and you walk into like, oh my God, they're just so positive. What is wrong with them? Why are they so happy? Life sucks. Life sucks so bad. Why are they happier than I am? I get it now. They worked on their mindset every single day. They struggled. None of us are different. We are all the same. None of us. We're all the same. The only difference is our mindset. That is it. You're not aware of what you're thinking, and you're not even aware about how you're feeling. And it's because when you are born in your mother's womb, you're taking on everything. You're taking on her patterns, you're taking on her energy, you're taking on everything around you. And you don't even realize that that is not you. And then until you're about 7 or 8 years old, that is a program. That is your program. And until you become aware of it, you can't change your program. You're doing things every single day that you don't even realize you're doing because it is the same program that you have been on since you were a young girl. And you don't even realize it. You better believe when I found this out over a year ago, I cried. I cried. I was like, why don't all of us know this? Why don't we get taught this in school? I dealt with anxiety, depression. I got made fun of in school all the time as a young girl. I got made fun of. I was different. I'm so proud of it. I've been different my whole life. I've never fit in, ever. But you know what? I looked at myself, something's wrong with me. Why don't girls like me? Why do they make fun of me? Why don't they like the clothes I wear? Anxiety starts at a young age when you do not feel comfortable around people. Your emotions, you hold on to your emotions, and those build up every single day. So I had a hard time going to school. I didn't even want to go to school. I got such bad anxiety and depression all throughout my years that it was so hard to even be around people. But you know what though? Right now is all that matters. My past is my past, and I don't live there anymore. I wake up every single day and say, I am grateful. I'm grateful to be here. I'm grateful to have what I have. I'm grateful for my life. I don't think about my past. I don't live in my past. I don't feel my past. Nothing. Because it is not about overcoming anything. It's about unbecoming what you are not and becoming what you are right now, which is everything. You don't even imagine how amazing you are because you have been told so much stuff in your life that was a lie. Everything you viewed, everything you heard, your social conditioning, your cultural conditioning, everything. You absorbed that. That became your program, but it's not you. You're not your past. You're not even close to being your past. You are not your program. You are not your patterns. You are not even your thoughts. Your thoughts are not yours. You can redirect your thoughts. All you have to do is think more positive. You gotta change your mindset. Depression, anxiety is not you. You are not anxiety and you are not depression. All you have to do is think different. How you think is what you become. That is a very true statement. How you think is what you become. Your thoughts are your belief system. You have to realize that everything that you think, when it affects your body, it's just triggers. It's just emotions from the past that you've had bottled up and you don't even realize they're in there. So when next time someone triggers you, instead of getting angry at someone, thinking, oh, they ruined my day. You know when you wake up in a really bad mood? Someone asks you, what's wrong? Oh, that person a year ago, they pissed me off. Are you kidding me? I used to be that way. All the time. I would think about my past 24/7. Like 5 minutes ago, why did that person comment on my post? Why were they so mean? Why did I even care? You know, everybody we look at is merely a reflection of how we feel for ourselves. It's a mirror. You're looking in a mirror. Look at everybody around you. How do you feel when you look at someone? It's how you're feeling inside. You can think all day long that that person ruined your life. This person did this person made me mad. But it's how you feel about yourself. That was really hard for me to cope with at first, believe me. I used to think about everybody that ruined my life every single day. And you know what I mean. You think about ex-boyfriends. You think about who broke your heart. You think about people that made you mad in traffic. You think about social media. How about all the people that say nasty things to you on social media? How about that? The shares, comments, likes. Why are we living our lives through social media? It doesn't even define who we are. It doesn't define any of us. You guys are truly incredible. See, I can tell you all night long that you're amazing and you're incredible and you're enough and you've always been enough and you're worthy, but all you are thinking is from your own perspective. That's it. You're thinking from your own perspective of how you feel for yourself. And I want you to understand that it's just a program. It's a program that you've been on and you have no idea that you're on it. So, who wants to learn how to change their program? Raise your hands. Okay. I'm gonna give you some little quick things on it. I could talk all night about this, guys. I got into this a year ago. I started a mindset group on Facebook, and I have done this. I didn't even know I was gonna do this. But I will tell you right now, if you imagine something enough, you put thought with feeling, okay? You will become it. You'll attract it. Because guess what? A year ago, I imagined myself on stage talking to an audience about mindset and how they can change their own lives. A year later, I'm here. And I never once thought about anything like that in my life. Yes, I talk for 7 to 10 minutes to each client when I'm spraying them. They're naked, okay? We talk about their entire lives in 7 to 10 minutes. But I didn't realize that I've actually been doing the same thing for 16 years. I have been uplifting and motivating my clients. I had no idea. I had no idea that my energy, my positive energy, was going into them. I had no clue until they're like, well, you just make me feel so good. I was like, it's not the spray tan? They're like, well, yeah, I like the bronze. But they come in and they're like, you just make me feel so amazing. Well, guys, nobody would have guessed that I was always a positive person on the outside, my entire life, always. I hit it from the start. I was positive, I was nice to people, I've always respected everybody around me, but I was dying in the inside. I was so depressed. And when you get depression, you fall into it very, very, very easily. Very, very easily. So when something happens in your life, you literally it just knocks you down, right? I don't like anybody. I don't want to be around anyone. Everyone hates, I hate everyone. Person calls, okay, deny, I'm not going to talk to you. So it's like, why live like that? Why live with emotions bottled up? Do you know how many emotions can fit in your body until you get sick? Or you actually have a mental breakdown? Not very long. Have you ever wondered when you're little, everything's so perfect, you don't have to deal with anything, you fall down, you get back up, and as you get older, you're like, oh my God, my body hurts. How does this even happen? I used to be able to scratch my knees and I'm good, I can climb mountains, I can do whatever I want. So why now? We're not old. It's just an age. It's just a number. We're not old, it's our mindsets. You can do anything you want to do. And I actually am going to tell you this. My biggest fear when I was younger, up until, okay, now I'm good, was talking in public. Yeah, in the classroom, when they would say, when they ask you what you want for lunch, I would slur my words to the point where everybody would laugh at me. And the worst one I said was spaghetti, and you better believe it was like, I said it in 4 or 5 different parts. I couldn't even say the word, and I will never forget that. And I used to think about that every single day. Every day I worried about what people thought about me. Why worry about what people think about you? As long as you care about yourself, as long as you love yourself, as long as you accept yourself, there's nothing wrong with you. The world makes you think something's wrong with you. We are all beautiful. We are all amazing vibrational beings. We are all energy. None of us are different. You may think that you're different, but none of you are different. The only difference is the type of social conditioning you had, the cultural conditioning you had, where you were, grew up, childhood, all that type of stuff. That's it. We don't actually know why we are the way we are. We always wonder, why do I do these things? Why do I drive the same place? Why do I do this? Why do I do that? Have you ever noticed how uncomfortable your body gets when you want to change? Have you ever noticed that? When you're going in the same direction every day, and then all of a sudden they're like, you need to go a different route, and your mind tells you, no, you need to go home. You don't have time for this. Or your body just starts getting nuts. And it's because your brains are actually wired to protect you. A lot of people don't really know what's in their head. You are like a supercomputer. I have read 9 books on mindset and all this type of stuff. I don't read books, by the way. I have 12 books in my bedroom now, all on mindset and everything that I attracted for a year, only because of one thing. I made a choice to change. I was tired of my own bullshit. I was so tired of feeling the way I did, acting the way I did, judging others. Believe me, I didn't realize I was actually judging others in my head. I was thinking, oh, I'm just such a nice person. And then you hear in your head, oh, she's terrible, this. We don't realize that we're judging people in our thoughts. We may think that we're being like the perfect person on the outside. You're not aware of your thoughts. The reason why you're not aware of your thoughts is because you are on autopilot. Autopilot means that your thoughts and feelings are recycling every single day from your childhood. Just think of it this way. When you are born and you're a child and you go through something very traumatic, we all have trauma, right? Every single one of us has trauma. You cannot tell me that you don't have trauma. Falling down on the ground, getting laughed at, that's trauma. Anything is trauma. Big, small, it's trauma. Trauma is hard to get out of your head and out of your heart. But the one thing that I believe with trauma is that you don't have to live with it. You can let go of it. So back to mindset. I knew I'd ramble, guys. I knew I would do this. I knew I'd get sidetracked. My husband even told me I was going to get sidetracked tonight. So mindset, program, autopilot. So your thoughts and feelings are actually recycling every single day. Thoughts, feelings, thoughts, feelings, thoughts, feelings. Okay? You don't realize that when you are on a program and you're thinking something and you're feeling something, your body actually is on autopilot. So your body took over. Right now, you're not even aware that your body is taking over. You don't even actually realize that you're thinking and feeling the same way. I could be talking to you guys right now. Each of you could be thinking about something different. You could be thinking about something completely different. You could be thinking about your past. You could be thinking about a guy. You could be about someone who broke your heart, all that type of stuff. It's all emotions. Emotions are just feelings. What do you think pain is? Pain is emotion. So when you get sick, what do you think that is? Those are emotions bottled up inside. And then you manifest your sickness. You manifest your disease. And you don't realize it because you've had your emotions bottled up your whole life. I'm going to be honest with you. I was sick a lot when I was younger. I missed a lot of school. I got made fun of for not going to school. This is the first time I've ever talked about this. You guys should feel special. I've held on to this for a long time, but I'm going to tell you something. I don't hold on to that anymore. That doesn't define me. That does not define me. The people that made fun of me, it doesn't define me. My teen years, depression, suicide, almost killing myself, thinking about killing myself. I know I am not the only person here that have had those thoughts. And we can't lie to ourselves anymore. That's the problem. Ladies, this is the problem. We are not vulnerable. We don't care about ourselves. We actually hate ourselves. I hated myself up until last year. I was like, I'm just black inside. Why would anybody want to be around me? Guys, I own a business. I've been spray tanning for 16 years. I've been around women, more women than a lot of people have. I've seen a lot of women naked too. Let's not talk about that. And most of those years, I was depressed inside. I didn't care about myself. Everyone always looked at me and was like, oh, I bet you were a cheerleader in school. I bet you were so preppy, pop. No. I actually did not get along with many people. I went down the wrong road. I started drinking at 14. I started smoking at 14. I'm going to be honest about that because I don't care. That is my past, and it does not define me, does not define who I am. But it taught me a lesson. At a young age, I was trying to wake up. I had no idea. I just thought I was into fairies and believed in magic and talking to trees and nature. I'm okay with that. But my emotions bottled up for a long time, and it was like I got depressed every year for so long. I was like, why? Why am I so depressed? I'm around all these happy, go-lucky girls, go-lucky people, so popular in school, love life, and I'm like, why do I hate myself? Why do I hate life? Why do I hate being around people? Inside. I'm talking inside, guys. I'm not talking about outside. I'm talking about inside. Do you have any, and I know a lot of you relate to this. I am not the only one in here that feels the same way. But I will tell you something. It doesn't matter. The past doesn't even matter. We think about the past every single day. All day, every day. You wake up in the past. You go to sleep in the past. And the one thing that can change your life, I'm going to tell you what changed my life. Thinking different. Shifting your mindset. I used to wake up drained. Sick. Oh my God, another day. You know what that's like? You wake up and you're like, I don't even want to do today. Why do I have to go to work? Why do I even have to work? What is work? Why do I have to make money? Why do I have to feed my kids? Why would I do that? Who does that? I used to wake up so miserable. I have a herniated L5S1 from my second son. And it definitely put me down a lot. But I'm going to tell you something. I don't deal with it anymore. I actually healed myself from my mindset. Not many people believe that. I talk to a lot of people now about it. But if you actually realize that your life is as good as your mindset, you would change. You would change your mindset. You don't even realize you can change your mindset. And it actually is so simple. You just become aware of your thoughts. Stop yourself When you're thinking something, redirect your thoughts. Instead of thinking, I'm a horrible person, I am grateful for my life. I hate life. I'm grateful to be here. Wake up and thank God for your life. Do you have any idea how lucky you are that you are actually here? Every single one of you in this room are here for a reason. How many of you believe that everything happens for a reason? Raise your hand. All of you. I hope all of you. You are here for a reason. You were attracted to this event. Every single person you're around in this room, you are meant to be around. You are meant to hear every single speaker tonight for a reason, whether you know it or believe it or not. Pay attention. But when you're thinking bad thoughts, redirect them. Be more positive. It's really hard at first, but it takes a little thing. Start changing your patterns. If you want to change your program, change your patterns. If you do something, I'll tell you the first thing I started. I'm left-handed. I brush my teeth with my left hand. I was like, I need to change this pattern. I started brushing with my right hand. And I'm gonna be honest with you, it changed a lot. The next day, it changed. I was like, oh my God, I can do it again and again and again and again. I was like, okay, I'm gonna start doing stuff different. I started taking a different route to work. I got really anxious doing it. I was like, oh my God, what if I'm gonna be 5 minutes late? There's no way I'm gonna be able to do this. My body ached. I was like, I can't do this. My thoughts were like, no, don't do it. You gotta be there on time. Your client's gonna hate you. They're gonna leave. They're never gonna talk to you again. It was fine. But every single day, everything changed. I started thinking more positive. Now, this isn't everything I did. I wish I had all the time in the world to tell you guys what I did, but I don't. So little things is gonna help you rewire your brain, change your program to change your own life. I am not trying to change anybody's life. You have to make that choice. You have to make, each and every one of you have to make that choice to change your own life. If you don't like where you're at, change it. If you don't like your thoughts, change them. If you are tired of your own bullshit, change it. I was tired of my own bullshit. I was tired of thinking bad. I was tired of feeling bad. I was tired of getting depressed and anxiety. Anxiety is horrible. There were times that I wanted to cancel all of my sprays, which I do a lot of sprays in a day. So if I'm canceling 60 sprays, the world's gonna end. That's how I feel. But anxiety takes you down. You don't even want to go somewhere because you're going somewhere and oh, are you okay? I have anxiety. It's just my anxiety. Do you know what happens when you identify yourself as with anxiety? You become anxiety. You were never anxiety. But if you continue to think you're anxiety, and you continue to tell people you're anxiety, and you continue to act like you have anxiety, you will be anxiety. So what you need to do is love yourself. It was so hard for me to love myself. I've never loved myself. I thought I loved myself. Then I realized when I look in the mirror, disgust. I'm so ugly. There's so many things wrong with me. Why is my husband with me? Why do I have to look like this? You would think I wouldn't think that. You would think, oh, she should love her body, right? Like all these people were like, oh, you look great. But inside, you have no idea how you're feeling. You could go your whole life and think you're fine when you're not, until depression hits, anxiety hits. You start having suicidal thoughts. Nobody realizes that you're wanting to kill yourself. Nobody in your family's realizing that you're sitting in your room having thoughts of not wanting to be here and live your life anymore. It is not fun. It's not fun. And to even decide to change yourself, to change your life, to change your mindset is a huge step, but you all can make it. We all can make it. The only reason I decided to change is because that one day that I had 300 cancellations on my phone, by the way, it was so bad I didn't even start crying. I literally almost blew up. It was like, you know when something gets you really bad, like the littlest thing, and all of a sudden you blow up and you're like in traffic. Okay, someone just kind of gets in your lane a little bit. Why would they do that? Oh my God. fresh, but you blow up. And it's because those bottled emotions that you have held on your whole life, they're going to be a ticking time bomb. And you don't even know when you're gonna blow. That day I blew. And COVID was the best thing that ever happened to me. When people talk about COVID, oh God, COVID. I was like, one, I got my baby girl in COVID. January 2020, I finally got my little girl. Best thing that ever happened to me. But I will tell you that COVID was the best thing that ever happened to me because I got to sit and be uncomfortable. Uncomfortable is not a good feeling. I sat in my uncomfortableness. I sat in my emotions. I sat in the darkness by myself. Nobody helped me. Nobody told me what to do. My husband didn't help me. My kids annoyed me. So I would sit in my bathroom. Guys, I started meditating. I'd never meditated in my life. I made fun of people that meditate. Okay, I'm gonna admit it. I watched meditators, all that type of stuff. And then when I decided to start doing it, my whole life changed. Whole life. I meditate. Am I done? Okay. Like I said, I wish I had more time to talk to you guys, but mindset is everything. I want you to remember that. Instead of taking your life for granted, be happy. Be grateful for what you have, because if you're not grateful for what you have right now, you'll lose it in a heartbeat, okay? Thanks, guys. I really appreciate you guys being here. Oh, and if anybody is curious about my mindset group, it's called Mind Beauty with 2 eyes on the end, and you are more than welcome to join.
It's on Facebook.
Oh, yeah.
It's on Facebook.